Welcome to another week's edition of Go Gaddis Real Estate Radio right here on AM 920 The Answer. I'm Cleve Gaddis. On this show, our mission is simple. It's to help you go from real estate novice to real estate expert, so home buying and selling can be done with really total confidence and without all the fear and confusion and second guessing that often comes with life's biggest investments. And sometimes the second guessing is not as you're purchasing it. The second guessing is 3 months after you purchase, or 6 months after you purchase, or a year after you sell, or something like that. And the show is not just about real estate. It's really about making smarter decisions for you, for your family, and for your future. If you've got a question or you've got a comment or even a challenge, we want to hear from you, and it is real simple. Go to gogaddisradio.com. That's GOGADDIS radio.com. While you're there, you can either push back, challenge things I say, share ideas, check out our neighborhood spotlight, or request your neighborhood be featured in our neighborhood spotlight, or you can subscribe to our podcast or our YouTube channel so you will never, ever miss an episode. Let's jump into the Metro Atlanta market update for the last 7 days. Very interesting market right now. 2,536 new listings hit the market over the last 7 days. 976 listings went under contract. That does not mean 976 of the 2,536. It means 2,536 total new listings hit the market. 976 total homes went under contract for the week. We also had 1,564 closings and 2,801 home with a price decrease. If we take the 2,536 and subtract, let's just call it the 1,000, we have 1,500 more listings on the market at the end of the week than the beginning of the week. Take that 1,500, add to it the 2,800, and you get 4,300. That's 4,300 homes in Metro Atlanta that are either newly listed, new opportunities for buyers, or have a price adjustment, which I look at as something as a new opportunity for buyers as well. Is the market bad for sellers? No. The market is not bad for sellers. Sellers who have a home where the seller is, I'm trying to think of a way to say this without sounding rude, but is totally aware of how their listing stacks up to the competition. So if you have a home and you're listed in a neighborhood where the average home is $550 and you think your home is worth $599,000, but it's just in average condition, or maybe in some cases it's not even of average condition, when a home buyer goes and looks at the other homes listed in the neighborhood, let's say there's 5 homes in the neighborhood, they're going to rate your home either number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And if it's not number 1 or 2, they're just going to mark it off the list. And so homeowners are literally making a comparison like they're going car shopping or like they're going clothes shopping. They're comparing one home to another home to another home to another home to see if it meets their needs. And in today's world, if you're a seller, if you have awareness of your competition, you will be absolutely just fine. You'll be able to make the right decisions, still be able to sell for a very good price, because even though prices have started to slide just a smidge in Metro Atlanta, they're still holding pretty solid. And in most neighborhoods that we look at, you're still getting a little bit of appreciation. For home buyers, lots and lots of opportunity. There is a concept that I have had over the years. A gentleman, friend of mine named Harry Catcher is the one who came up with it, and he called it the X Factor. And he says when interest rates start to go up, prices tend to start to go down. And so there is an X where those two lines cross as interest rates are going up, and that's the best time to sell, and that's the best time to buy. As interest rates come back down, prices start to go back up, and so you have another X. So you have this chart with 2 X's, one on the left side and one on the right side. And as you get close to those X's, those are the best times to buy and sell. And all I can tell you is even though interest rates are not as low as I would like them to be, they're softer. They're lower than they were 6 months ago, and that is a big deal. And so interest rates are starting to come down, and at some point in time, you will see prices start to turn around and go up. So there's a really good opportunity for both buyers and sellers, in my opinion. Changing gears, here's something you should know about Metro Atlanta. Gwinnett Place Mall hits the refresh button. Now, this is the second or third time I have talked about this over the years, because they are constantly looking at plans for redeveloping Gwinnett Place Mall. I remember being in high school. I went to Norcross High School. I remember driving on Pleasant Hill road. I don't think it's Pleasant Hill Road, that runs right in front of Gwinnett Place. And Gwinnett Place was a nice mall. To say it's a nice mall today would be a drastic overstatement. And if you grew up in Gwinnett County like me, chances are you've logged a few laps around Gwinnett Place Mall, whether, chasing back to school sneakers or maybe catching a Friday night movie or just cruising the food courts with friends or whatever it was you were doing. It was once the county's retail crown. This 87.5-acre site set quieter and quieter in recent years, a reminder of really how quickly shopping habits and skylines can change. Now the county is teeing up a transformation that could really flip the script on one of Lawrenceville's or Duluth's most talked about landmark. I think that's Duluth there, not Lawrenceville. Gwinnett County has hosted a pre-proposal conference giving developers and investors a chance to walk the site, hear the county's vision, and size up the opportunities for reimagining the property. The focus is not only in filling the storefronts, but creating a vibrant mixed-use hub where business and culture and community can intersect. Local businesses are really paying attention to the economic ripple effects. Residents are weighing what it means for traffic and jobs and neighborhood character, and I will tell you, traffic is already bad in that area now. Civic leaders know this project could really reset the tone for how Gwinnett grows over the next decade, and I read something that Gwinnett County has actually purchased the old Macy's location or the old Sears location or something like that at a quite substantial purchase price, so the county must be putting some of their money where their mouth is. What makes this moment exciting is not really, in my opinion, just the potential buildings or the blueprints. It's really that there's a chance to reimagine what Gwinnett Place could be like again. Will it be a lot of green space where kids can run through fountains, or maybe a lineup of local restaurants that feel more like Buford Highway or some place where you get all kinds of great ethnic food than just a simple food court? Or could it be a cultural hub that brings in festivals and live music and instead of fluorescent lighting and mall walkers? Everyone more than likely has a version or a vision of what they hope to see. And that mix of nostalgia and forward thinking is really exactly what gives this project its energy. Gwinnett Place may really never look like the mall it once was in the future, but it just might become something better. A reflection of Gwinnett County's creativity, diversity, and ambition. Gwinnett County was, for a long time, the fastest growing county in the United States of America, and so a lot of good things happened in Gwinnett County. This segment of the show is brought to you by the law firm of O'Kelly and Sorahan. O'Kelly and Sorahan is a full-service law firm with 30 offices throughout Metro Atlanta. They specialize in residential real estate closings, including home purchases, refinance closings, corporate relocation, and real estate contract review and title insurance matters. They can be reached by calling 770-497-1880, 770-497-1880. Also, if you're listening to the show, or if you're listening to it on a podcast, or you're watching a YouTube video and you're thinking about selling your home anytime in the next year, we want to make sure you get the upside. You might be asking yourself, well, of course I want to get the upside. But there's so many ways to sell a home in today's market. You can get an all-cash offer and close in as little as 30 days. We can help you with that. You can list your home as is, where is, sell it without making any improvements or repairs or anything. We can help you with that. You can make some improvements to your home. You can take advantage of our rehab and refresh program, where we will advance you up to $15,000 to make necessary repairs to your home so that you can fetch the highest sales price possible. In some cases, $10,000 can turn into $10,000 invested can turn into an extra $30,000 in sales price. I know it seems strange, but it absolutely positively can. Or some people need to have help buying their new home before they sell their existing home. And the upside for you is different than the upside for your neighbor, is different than the upside for your sister, is different for the upside from your teacher. Your situation is unique, and our offer to you is if you'll go to gogaddisradio.com and you'll click on the upside and you'll put in just a little information about your home, we will reach out to you and I will personally analyze all 4 ways of selling and buying. All cash offer, sell as is, where is, fix it up a little, make as much money as you can, buy your new home before you sell your existing home. And there is absolutely no charge, absolutely no obligation. It is free. Go to gogaddisradio.com and click on the upside. I've got some advice for you if you are a potential home seller out there, and I'd love for you to listen closely if you're willing to listen. Stop wasting money before you list your home. You know, sellers sometimes spend thousands of dollars getting ready to sell, new paint, fancy landscaping, kitchen upgrades, you name it. But here's the kicker. A lot of that spending doesn't actually help the home sell faster or for more money. So what is it? Well, the biggest money pit I've seen over and over again are when people do over-the-top renovations. For example, a $25,000 kitchen remodel may look amazing, but buyers just often want a clean, functional space. They notice clutter, scuffs, poor lighting, and things far more than they notice your $10,000 quartz countertops. The same goes for extravagant landscaping. Sure, a perfectly manicured yard looks incredible, but a little curb appeal, fresh mulch, trimmed hedges, a welcoming front door usually gets the same impact without the significant price tag. The key, invest where it matters most. Paint, minor repairs, decluttering, staging. These are the things that give you the highest return on every dollar spent. We received a listener question from Mark in Brookhaven. Cleve, it says, how do I know which upgrades are worth it and which ones are just money down the drain? And I think that's a great question, Mark. And my advice is think like a buyer, not a homeowner. Walk through your home with fresh eyes. Ask yourself, would I pay more for this feature, or is it just for my personal taste? Focus on updates and upgrades that improve first impressions and functionality. Everything else, really save your money for it. Also, Mark, if you want some help, we can tell you exactly what it would look like, what the repairs are, how much money you would make in return, all of that kind of stuff. And you can request that information at gogaddisradio.com. So remember, don't do pre-listing upgrades that drain your wallet. Make sure you paint, declutter, fix the obvious repairs, stage it well, and you'll often get a much better return on those expenses. If you want more tips on how to spend smart before listing your home, check us out at gogaddisradio.com or give us a call at 770-497-0000, because when you sell smart, your home sells faster and for more money. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, cool mornings are a clear sign your HVAC system is switching gears. What does that mean for you? Stick with us. We'll be back.